Hello everyone. I hope you are having a beautiful Tuesday. This is voiceover take 2 and a speed color test just to see how speeding things up go. I wanted to watch a TV show yesterday, but I knew that I also needed to get this video done, so I thought, I wonder if I could do a voiceover along with a speed color just to see how that would work. And so here we are. And I am working from Whimsical Mandalas 2, Tabitha Barnett, and I am coloring with my Prismacolor brush markers. I was recently gifted the 48 set, and I just kind of wanted to lay down some color with those and see how that worked. And I really like these markers. The only complaint I have with the Prismacolor markers is, of course, that they don't have refills or nibs or anything that you could could change out. So that's a little negative. But the colors in the Prismacolor line are absolutely beautiful. I believe this is magenta that I'm putting down now. I think it's a gorgeous color. The first pink was Deco Pink, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They cost about $1 a marker less than Copic sketch markers. So I don't know if I'll be adding more to the Prismacolors, because if you can get the Copics for just $1 more, that of course might be the way to go, since there's the replacement inks and the replacement nibs. And later on in this video, I actually do some blending with my markers. I'm using the Georgia Pacific 110-pound weight cardstock, and it's $4.88 at my local Walmart for, I believe, 150 or maybe it's 200 sheets. But I do like that paper, and it works well with my markers. So I was able to do some blending, and I thought that would be a lot of fun. So I did that, and I also do a little bit of shading with some pencils in the video at the end, as well as adding some Pebbles chalk in for the background. So we will get to that here very shortly. This is probably one of the shortest videos I've made as far as coloring, and I think it's right about 18 minutes in length, but it was over an hour of coloring. So I was able to speed that up a good bit, and we can get through this and enjoy the final outcome. I was actually watching a house marathon while doing this video. I love House. I really wish that the series had not ended. Hugh Laurie, I just find him so attractive, and I mean, I don't know, a lot of people may be like, what? But yeah, I like Hugh Laurie a lot, and I think House was a great series. And whenever there's marathons, I like to just sit and listen. I've seen all of the shows, but sometimes I'll change and go to something different if I really have a very vivid recollection of the episode. But if I don't, I watch it again, because I love it. It's a great, interesting thing. I hope that you guys have taken advantage of the 30% off in Tabitha's store on her PDF books. I'm not sure how much longer that coupon code will be good for. I'm sure that Tabitha will let me know if she decides to kill the code anytime soon. But that's 30% off in the store. The coupon code is Color with Donna. No capitalizations, no spaces, and that will get you 30% off on the PDFs. I'm really enjoying being able to get the PDFs and just color them and be able to use whatever medium that I want to use, and if I want to blend markers, I can. I'm going in with my Blick Studio marker here. This is the skin tone. It is, I believe, sand. There's really not a good skin tone in the 48 Prismacolor, and I think your choices would pretty much be a light peach or a cream, and I didn't really like the way that looked, so I just grabbed my Blick Studio just to do the skin tone on the little girl here. Do you guys see what I missed there? Look right in the center of that beautiful little mandala. I totally forgot to put the yellow in there, and it's not until the end of the video that I even noticed that. So yeah, that's me, right guys? I am always forgetting something. I don't believe I've done a picture yet where at some point I didn't realize, and sometimes I am in the process of maybe doing a background or even calling it done. There's been a few times I've noticed things in my what I've colored this month videos when I'm flipping through that I go, oh my goodness, I can't believe I missed that. And sometimes I just try not to mention it and hope that you guys don't notice. You may or may not have. But, it's kind of, we should start a little game about that and see, who can point out what Donna misses first. I'm using the, I believe it is light tan that I'm using for the hair color. It's a beautiful brown. I do like that one a lot. I think the colors that are offered in the Prismacolors are just absolutely gorgeous. I wish that there were refills available for those markers. I would definitely invest in the entire set of Prismacolor if that was the case. They're just so expensive not to have any refills, and yeah, I really do like the bullet nib on the Prismacolors. It comes to a very sharp point. It's smaller than some of our other more budget-friendly alternatives, and I like that a lot because you're able to get into a lot tighter of an area. Okay guys, I'm sorry I had to pause that recording and go help my mother-in-law for just a minute. So I've started this back up, and I hope that there's no problems with it picking right back up where it left off. I do like like I was saying, I definitely like the nibs on the Prismacolor markers. I'm just going right back in now with the same light tan color and just going over the strands, skipping one in between just to give a little bit of a difference. The one really nice thing about alcohol markers is as you layer coat after coat, your color becomes darker and darker. So with water markers, you tend to get peeling of the paper and things like that, but that's not the case with the alcohol markers. So you can have a range of color even out of one marker. I definitely like the brush nib end of the Prismacolor markers also. They are a little drier than your Copics, but I'm finding that seems to be pretty standard amongst the brush markers. It seems like Copic is definitely the juiciest brush nib, and I don't know what the deal is with that, if it has anything to do with the material that's used. I really haven't researched that a lot, but the markers are really nice. I have enjoyed working with the Prismacolors, so thank you so much to my happy mail fairy. She knows me so well. Now I'm going in to do the grass in the back, and I'm using a dark green here, and just to kind of give a backdrop, I'm leaving the other grass blades because those are the ones that when I come back in, I'm going to do my blending and go from like a medium green into a light green for some blending for that. The one little thing there in the center that I forgot, it's driving me absolutely crazy looking at it. But I do notice right at the very end of the video, and I fix it. So I'm sure you guys can probably hear the roosters and the birds. I've stepped out back on the back patio. It's a muggy, rainy kind of day, but it's not raining right now. It's kind of foggy, but it's not too cold, so I'm able to kind of sit back here for a little while, just get some fresh air, and just relax a little bit. We had extremely warm weather, and then it got cold again, and now it's in another warming trend. We're supposed to be back in the 60s, mid-60s, I believe. And then, of course, there'll be another extreme cold front move in. That's just Georgia weather. Welcome, welcome. Thing about Georgia is if you don't like the weather, just hang around a while. It will change. Okay, now I'm going in. I'm doing some blending. I know you guys have wanted to kind of see me do things like this. I just lay the base color down, and then I start right about here and put in the lighter color right over so it kind of blends in, and then I'll just kind of go back over it just a little bit to make sure that it is blending in very well. And then you have a nice blend between the two colors. And it takes me a little time to do that, so that was the main reason I wanted to kind of do this as a speed color so you guys could see the process, but it wouldn't take quite as long. And also when I do blending and things like that, it takes concentration for me to be able to blend with markers, and if I'm really concentrating, it's kind of hard to talk. So I thought that this would definitely give me the opportunity to do some of that and be able to, you know, come back and talk to you guys, but not have the distraction of trying to talk while I was actually in, you know, the process of blending the markers together. You might get an idea of how slow it's actually going because this is sped up 4 times its speed. So it takes a little bit of time for me when I go to blend my markers. It'd be nice if I could color this fast, just, you know, just coloring. I could get so much accomplished. Here we go with the last 2. And then I will go in with my pencils and do some shading. I know you guys had been interested in seeing some of that. And again, that's kind of something that I'm new at. I'm working on it. And, well, it's, again, something that uses concentration. And if I'm concentrating, I really can't chat. That's what I've come to find out. There's times that even Gary will have a conversation with me, and I'm like, shh, shh, hold on. And I'll have to get to a stopping point to continue on that conversation. But I think that the Prismacolor markers, they blended wonderfully together. I enjoyed that process, and that was not even using the brush nib. That was actually using the bullet nib. And I'm going in now with my Sergeant Art Supreme pencil. It took me a second there to remember the name. I'm just putting in a little bit of shading around the dress. I really like the Sergeant Art Supreme pencils. They are probably my favorite pencil right now. I do like the Blicks, but what I found out is the Blicks and the Sergeant Art Supremes don't seem to play well together. At least they weren't playing well together for me when I tried to mix the 2 sets. So I'm not sure yet what I may use, because I like the Blicks a lot, and I like the Sergeant Art Supremes a lot. So I'm a little confused as to why they don't play well together. Now I'm just going in and putting a little bit of a darker line right along the edges just to kind of make it pop just a little more. I like that look. That was something that I was taught, I believe, in elementary school. Art was that when you go along and you do a little bit of a darker outline along something that you've colored, it gives it some depth and it gives it a little bit of a pop, just a little something extra. So you'll see that a lot, and there's where I noticed. Right there was when I said, well, crap. But, you know, I fixed it. Go right around the edges of the bee's wings. Our little bee got some nice, cute little pink wings today. I remember thinking to myself, well, darn it, let me finish this first before I go back and color that in. Just putting a little bit of an outline around the butterfly's wings. I'm not doing much shading, just that little, you know, outline to give it a little bit of a pop. And then I'll fix my oopsie and I will put in the background with my pebble chalks. And you'll see my new jewelry helper that I purchased that I'm using with the little pom-poms to add the, there we go, fix it, just to add my, see, I even gave you guys the thumbs up. It's all fixed. Rewind that and look if you weren't looking, guys. That was cute. There it is. There's my little jewelry helper. It's got the little clip at the bottom. It holds the pom-pom wonderfully. It makes it so easy to use the Pebbles chalks or your soft pastels and apply them. I purchased that off of eBay and I love it. I love using little pom-poms. I'm going to look for some that's even a little smaller than these, just to get into the really, really tight spaces. But I'm loving my pebble chalks a lot. And we are almost done here, guys. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Give it a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We would absolutely love to have you here. And make sure that you visit Tabitha's store. Make your purchases while we have our 30% off coupon. Again, that coupon code is Color with Donna. If you're coloring any of Tabitha's work for Tabby Tuesdays, my email address is right down in the description of the video. Shoot me a copy of that. I would love to include pictures that you guys have colored along with my videos. Hashtag those with Tabby Tuesday. Hashtag Color with Donna if you share those on social media. Come visit our Facebook group. We have loads of fun over there. All right, and there it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. And until next time, guys, peace, love, and happy coloring. Bye, guys.